In this example, I'm going to show a 35-year-old putting away about $12,500 tax deferred into a 401k. And we're going to compare that to putting in $10,000 into an IUL after tax. I'm also going to be using very conservative numbers. So on the tax side, we're going to be showing 20% at a current tax rate and 20% in the future tax rate, even though most people believe that taxes are probably going to go up. But as we can see, the Index Life program over the past 15 years has actually averaged 7.92 as compared to the average of the S&P being only 3.54. So using 7% and 7% is again very conservative. In addition to that, we're going to show the current plan fees, the 401k type program, having a cost of just 1%. But Forbes magazine says the average cost of a mutual fund, average cost, is over 4%, and that does include the 0.5% to 1.5% fee that people pay for their 401k. So as I go through this presentation, remember that this column here, this belongs to the 401k or qualified plan. That could be a 401k, a 403b, an IRA. This program also allows for non-qualified plans, but we'll tell you more about that at a later time. The column to the right, this is the IUL column. And again, everything inside of here belongs to the IUL. The yellow column to the right is where we're going to do the comparison. The comparison of the taxes deferred, the taxes paid, the fees paid, the income that people would earn, the death benefit, and showing the total advantage of the IUL over a period of time. Between these two columns is where we change the age, and we change it in 10-year increments. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see where the money runs out of the 401k or qualified plan, and when the money would run out potentially in the IUL. We only put in 110 because a lot of people just don't think they're going to live past 110, even though we know it could go all the way out to age 120. So I'm going to do a quick recap and show you where we're at the end of the very first year. Again, $12,500 going in versus $10,000. We know that the 401k and the IUL need to take out the same amount of money net in order to be equal. So we can see the IUL is going to provide $100,806, and that's at 7% rate of return and a 5.5% loan. And the 401k is going to produce that same amount of net income. But in order to do that, the 401k has to take out $126,000, pay $25,000 in taxes to get the same net income that the IUL is going to provide. Because the 401k money has grown at 7%, they now owe over $2,600 in taxes. We can see with the IUL, we've already paid $2,500 in taxes. There's the taxes that have been deferred. Here's the taxes that we've paid. Here's the 1% fee, $134. Here are all the fees for the IUL, $1,500. We subtract the $134 from the $1,500, and we have $1,448 the IUL is behind. There's no income at this point because they're only at age 35. And we can see that the growth of the 401k at 7% minus the fee has a balance of $13,241. If that person died at the end of 1 year and their spouse wanted the money, they'd have to pay 20% in taxes, and that person would get $10,593. With the Index Life program, the death benefit is $324,627. So we would subtract the $10,000 from the $324, and that will give us a death benefit advantage of over $314,000. The total advantage is made up of the following. We take the death benefit, subtract out of it the $1,400 that we've paid in additional fees, the $2,500 that we've paid in taxes, and add back in the $2,600 of deferred taxes. Again, that's $2,600 they already owe because of the growth. The total advantage is over $312,000. Now, the total advantage, that's not the net income advantage. The net income advantage is the difference between the income and the death benefit. Next, I'm going to start changing the future age by 10 years at a time. And yes, we can change that 1 year at a time, but we're going to do it at 10-year jumps so that you can see the benefits very quickly. Here's the first 10-year jump. At age 45, $39,000 taxes deferred, $27,000 taxes paid, $6,000 we've paid more in fees, $300,000 in additional death benefit. Let's go up 10 more years. Look at the changes. At age 55, they already owe $105,000 for the tax deferred money. We've only paid $52,000, and look at this. The difference in fees at just 1%. The 401k has already had to pay $47,000. The Index Life program only cost $28,000. There's a true fee savings of over $18,000 at this point. Let's take another 10-year jump. Here we are at 65. The fees are now $80,000 less. The death benefit, over $420,000. Let's go 10 more years. Here we are at age 75. The Index Life program is now $124,000 less in fees. And they've paid over $174,000 more in taxes with the 401k or qualified type plan. It's this next 10-year jump in time that's really going to make the difference. And here's why. At age 75, in one more click, they're going to run out of money at age 76. Their current account balance is $218,000. By age 76, all that money is going to be gone. Let's go up 10 more years to age 85. And now take a look what's happened. You'll notice that the income, the IUL has now produced over $828,000 of additional income. If that person died at age 85, they would also have $635,000 to pass along to their loved ones to help maintain their dignity and lifestyle. But the number one fear of most people is running out of money before they run out of time. Somebody that's 35 could very easily, 30, 40, 50 years from now, live up to age 95. And if they did, take a look at the income. The IUL has now provided, at a very conservative rate of 7%, $1,836,000 of additional income and over $577,000 in death benefit. But I do want to point out one very important item. Look at the cumulative fees. The 401k has only paid $197,000 at age 76, because remember, they ran out of money. With the Index Life program at age 95, we've actually paid $284,000. We've paid $86,000 more in fees. But what did we get for that additional $86,000? $1.8 million of income and $577,000 of a death benefit. At this point, most people feel the IUL is far superior. The problem is we've got three moves to make. The first move that we need to make is to raise the taxes. Remember, they said they thought taxes were going to go up in retirement? So instead of 20%, what if the taxes went up to, say, 30%? As I hit enter on the keyboard, I want you to keep your eye on age 76 and also on the $1.8 million of income. Here I go. Watch age 76 and this 1.8. By simply raising the taxes 10%, they've now run out of money at age 74. The IUL has produced over $2 million of additional income and over $577,000 in death benefit. Looking better all the time, but you know what? There's 2 more moves to make. Remember this 1%? Well, let's raise this up to say, I don't know, 2.5%. So here we are, 2.5%. Let me hit enter. Watch age 74 at the bottom and watch the income. Now they're out of money at age 71. We've provided over $2.3 million of additional income. But guess what? There's still 1 more move to make. The next move is changing the rate of return for the current 401k type program. The reason is because when people retire, the odds are they're going to move their money into a lower performing program that gives them more security. So instead of earning 7%, what if their lifetime average was only 5%? Because again, their CDs, their money markets, their safe money may only give them 1 or 2% return. So what if instead of 7% return on the 401k, what if we simply give them a 5% return? Again, watch age 71 and watch the income. At 5%, they're now out of money at age 69. We've provided over $2.6 million of additional income, plus the death benefit. So right now, the IUL is looking very attractive. But there's a couple of things that I want to point out that the calculator really makes a big deal about. With the 401k, these people have taken home $418,000. And look what they paid in fees at 2.5% over $233,000. That's over 50% of the money that they took home. And take a look at the taxes, $179,000. They always said that a 401k was really good because you got to go tax deferred. And they were right. It's really good for Uncle Sam, and it's not so good for you. There is one more thing that I wanted to point out, and that is there's a lot of people in our industry that always say you should put in as much money as possible to get that free employer match. So here's the employer match. And remember, under this scenario, still very conservative, we only went up 10% in taxes, we only went to 2.5% in fees, and a 5% total rate of return. What if we added in a $6,000 company match? Again, there are so many people that say, well, you should always put in as much as possible up to the company match. So let's again be very, very generous. Let's put in $6,000. I'll move my mouse over there and I'm going to hit enter. How many additional years do you think $6,000 over 30 years will make a difference? Well, let's take a look. With that additional $6,000 a year over 30 years, it only gave them a few additional years. Now they run out of money at age 71. And even with that additional $6,000, the Index Life program has still provided over $2.3 million of additional income and a death benefit of over $577,000. The total